1, 2, 1, 2, 3, Shay!
You didn't say anything funny like giraffe or donkey.
Shay.
When the kids go to
Aren't funny, they're annoying.
Is it funny that I just got the craving to watch Shrek?
Donkey?
And then
That will do, donkey.
And then that led to me wanting to go to the movies. And then that led to me wanting to have Coke and popcorn and licorice.
And then that led to the story that we should tell about our movie experience.
Yeah, we should. And Milk Duds. Milk Duds are so chewy.
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast.
I love Milk Duds. If
we're
you mix Milk Duds and
we're
popcorn,
really close together right now.
it tastes
I
like
think Shay's gonna kiss me.
caramel corn.
Are you gonna kiss me?
Have you ever had Milk Duds and popcorn together?
Yeah.
It tastes like
I don't like Milk Duds.
caramel corn. What?
They get stuck in my teeth, and they're the worst ever.
I know what you mean. That's like Dots.
Dots and Milk Duds they get in
chewy.
your teeth and you can't get them out.
But here's what I do.
Like they harden after they get in your teeth. Like you.
When I eat them, I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to have sticky teeth for a minute, and I'm not going to care about it. Like, you have to make that decision. You have to say, I'm committing to this
That's
box
true,
of Dots.
because you can't fix it.
And then it's like, when I'm done, then I'll do one of these for 25 minutes. You know, because it's like all in the slots of your teeth. You're eating those dots. But I just embrace it.
I can't do it. It makes me like this. Like, oh, I'm gonna get a cavity right now, right here. I gotta get it out.
True, I think that too, because it's like that chocolate is like stuck to your tooth, and you can just feel it's like disintegrating your enamel.
I want to brush my teeth now.
Not me. I want some Dots and Milk Duds.
And popcorn.
Why do they call them Milk Duds? That's a dumb name. They're like chewy caramel chocolatey things. It's like milk already is kind of like gross, and then if it's like a dud, that's like a firework that doesn't work. It's like a failed milk product. Milk Duds. Dumb! But I'd eat them right now if I had a box.
I know. I'm like, it's working for them.
Think about it. They should call them chocolate chewy chimichangas. Whoa. We're in a studio somewhere. Where are we?
Oh, wow.
Looks like we're at episode 93 of When the Kids Go to Sleep right here at Maker Studios in Los Angeles, California.
93. What
Episode
were you doing
93.
in 93?
I was 13. I had still not hit puberty. Joke from last podcast. All right, welcome to the podcast. Today we will be talking about whatever comes to our brain holes.
We're going to talk about New Year's resolutions. And I know that it's kind of, like, oh, it's late for that. But no, we're checking in on you. Have you been keeping up with your New Year's resolutions? Did you make any?
I didn't.
I did.
I didn't start. I am usually, and I feel good about this because I'm normally the type of person that's like, okay, first of the year, let's start fresh. I'm gonna have like a whole list of stuff, and I'm gonna hit it hard on January 1st. But I feel like that's like a wrong way of thinking.
It is.
I feel like you need to decide to change your life right now, not just because it's the first day of the year. If you use the first day of the year, in fact, to change your life and make things better for yourself, that's great. But you have to, I used to always be like, well, I have to have it timed. I have to have it all planned out. You just have to decide, I'm going to start doing better right now. Have that mighty change of heart and just like, I'm going to start doing things and make good choices habits. You know what I mean?
You have to. It can't be something that's like, because that's what everybody does. It's the biggest cliche in the book. You start on January 1st. The gym is totally full.
Don't
and then
talk bad about cliches.
By January,
you know how I feel about cliches.
Well,
Anyways, right.
But this is one of those that
stereotypical.
It's stereotypical, and it happens every year. And then, don't worry, by January 29th, nobody's at the gym again. But
there
you
is
just have
something
to keep that in mindset of like, if you fail, you just got to keep going.
Right.
And most people are like, oh, I didn't go. I might as well just quit.
I'll just quit. It's just another resolution that I broke. I mean, you can't say too much bad about that because anybody who tries and sets out to do something to better their life is good. That is encouraging. That is good.
It's not the trying and failing that is bad. It's the not getting up after you fail.
It's the quitting.
It's the quitting.
That's a secret to life, man. I'm telling you what, is just working hard over a long period of time. You have to endure to the end. Things take longer than you think, and you have to make those good decisions. I heard somewhere that
success comes after many, many, many failures.
Oh yeah.
And you just have to keep going.
My cliche, the secrets to life are hidden behind the word cliche. I started making myself perk my ears up when I heard those things that sounded like cliches. I made a mental choice and decision that every time I heard something like, oh, that just sounds like a cliche, I made the decision, I said, from now on, whenever I hear something like that, instead of saying, oh, that's just a cliche, that's dumb, I'm going to make myself listen to it and think about it. And all of the same principles started to pop up over and over again. You know, whether it was in a book I was reading or in a, video, or I listened to Dave Ramsey a lot. And, anytime one of those things popped up, I would make myself listen to it. I follow a bunch of like inspirational quotes on Twitter. Jesus Talks. There's this one that's like Bible scriptures. And I made myself like look at all those. And all these same principles started popping up over and over, where it's like, don't quit, never give up, don't let anybody tell you can't do anything. Like, all those things popped up over and over again. And I realized that they're coming from successful people that have made something out of their lives. And that's what I wanted to become. As I was a young lad, as I was once.
Lad?
I'm almost 33 now. I had this vision, this picture of the person I wanted to become in my head. And, I think never quitting and never stopping is the secret to that. Anyways.
Yeah, it just gets
I didn't set any New Year's resolutions. I
did.
What was yours? Tell us yours.
Mine comes with a story, though.
Well, let's hear it, babe.
Okay, so there's this person who is a friend of mine who, she lives alone, and I didn't call her all holiday season. And I've kind of felt bad because I kept thinking about her, and Shay even said, I was like, oh, I didn't call her last night. I kept thinking about her, but I didn't call her because it was too late. And Shay's like, well, don't you think that that's when you should have called her, is when you were thinking about her? And I was like, that's true. Because after the holiday season, I ended up calling her, and in a roundabout, very nice way, learned that she was really sad that she didn't hear from me over the holiday season. And it was one of those things, like, you can't take it back. You can't like rewind and then, do something nice for somebody that you should have done. And so that made me think about my New Year's resolution to keep in touch with people and to do something right then. Like, if I'm thinking about somebody and I think it's weird that I'm thinking about them then, that means I need to call them or do something, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's one of my resolutions, is to just keep in better touch with people and show them that I care about them when I'm thinking about them.
Listen to those
that was
voices.
One of mine. Yeah, because I don't think that's coincidence. I think that's, somebody up there is telling you so-and-so needs your help.
Well, just say what you're talking about. We're religious, and we believe in something called the still small voice.
But even if you don't, like, you get that feeling.
You get those feelings sometimes, and that's what the thing that because we believe in this still small voice that can speak to us and that can give us guidance. And when she was saying, well, all of a sudden I got this feeling that I should call this person. And I thought to myself, oh, well, it's too late.
Oh, it's too late.
And that's why I said, well, maybe the Spirit was telling you that you need to, that's why you're feeling that right now. The Spirit knows what she's doing, and you're justifying in your mind with your human logic.
Right.
Oh, it's past 10. I shouldn't call her. And why did you think that feeling came to you right then? And I think the goal is to be able to, like, have the courage to follow those feelings that we get right when we get them, instead of
when I,
justifying them
afterwards, when I talked to her, learned that she was really lonely, and I was like, why didn't
she's like, Wednesday night at 10:30, I was waiting by the phone.
She didn't say that exactly, but I
know
know that if I would have called her, it would have been a good thing and not like an annoying thing that I called her. But that was one of my New Year's resolutions. And then my other one is to be more aware of, like, our families and families' birthdays and things like that. And I'm going to make a family wall.
Oh, yeah.
Because our kids, Shay's family, like, we know Grandma Tard, Grandpa Tard, and then he has three siblings. But my kids are always like, who's that? Oh, yeah.
Because she has 11
he's
brothers
your brother
and sisters.
too? Wait, what? They get so confused. So that's one of my goals, is to have a family wall. We're going to have everybody's family pictures so that we can go over it all the time. Like, who's that? And that's related to so-and-so. Anyway, so that's one of my New Year's resolutions. And I like that because that's something that it's ongoing. Like, I can take it one day at a time. And if, like, how can I mess up? I just got to keep putting pictures up.
Okay, so I saw a question in the Blog TV chat. We have a live chat going on right now about, somebody asked if Rock Tard gets the kids' names mixed up from their Tard names to their real names. He doesn't. I don't think he knows their Tard names.
No.
He knows he's Rock Tard but he never calls them by their Tard names.
Right.
He calls them always by their real names. That's why, like, wink, wink, the other day in the vlog, he said, "Stop it," and Suntard's real name, and it was so cute that I just had to leave it in. I was like, that's so adorable. I gotta leave it in. That topic's come up a lot. Like, you know, I don't care. Every time that one of the kids' names slips in one of the vlogs, people freak out in the comments. At this point, it's just kind of like a nickname. And I almost want my kids to be able to introduce themselves to the world. I mean, that sounds dumb because I film them every day. But, you know, to me, it's like when I see people talking bad about my kids, when it's their Tard name, it's not as bad for me. But when we very, very first started, we actually had the kids' names in the vlogs. And just to see their name being used in a negative way, that always like, oh, as a father, I'm just like, I'm going to find that commenter and I'm going to punch him in their nose.
Punch him
square in their nose.
They're not going to like it.
And so that's why I was like, maybe I should make nicknames for the kids. So that's kind of why we've done it. But at this point, I think, you know, Google's a fine place that a lot of people find out their names. But if you really love us, you won't look up their names. I'm just kidding. I don't care. Okay, so another question that I saw is, how long are the Shaytard calendars available? Till the end of this month. We are going to, the Shaytard's 2013 calendar will close for good on January 31st. So
Which is Logan McKay 55's birthday.
Oh, yeah. Logan's going to be 18.
18. He's going to be 18 years old.
He's going to be 18.
He's so old.
It's going to be legal.
It's crazy.
To do nothing, I guess. To smoke.
He's a legal adult.
Right. So here's what I'm going to say. Have I talked about you with this?
Wait, what are you? What? Wow, wait, hold on.
Here's what I wanted to say.
Wait, what are you going to talk about?
And this might piss a lot of people off, but I wanted, okay, when we started to sell the calendars, we said we would sign 500 of the calendars. Oh. I have talked to you about this, haven't I?
I don't know.
Okay.
But all it
you
does,
thought
I was
you were
like,
nervous?
This is going to be serious. What is he going to talk about?
And so we signed like 1,200 of the calendars, but there was a lot of people who got a calendar that wasn't signed that was disappointed. And then some of you haven't even ordered a calendar yet. So here's what I'm going to say, and this is why I feel like it'll piss some people off because they've already bought a calendar and they didn't get a signed calendar. If you order a calendar starting today on the 18th of January until the 31st, Colette and I guarantee we will sign every calendar ordered from the 18th to the 31st. Are you down with that?
Yeah.
It's fun. We sit there, we put the kids to bed, we watch TV, and we sign calendars.
It's not bad.
Your hand gets tired after a while, but I think it's fun because I like to look at my signature. I think it's cool looking.
That's why we're signing the calendar, so Shay can look at his signature.
But if you order one from Friday the 18th to 31st, we will sign it. But after the 31st...
Shay and I. The kids won't, probably.
We'll get the kids to sign a few, but that's, it's like a hassle and a half, man. They're like writing all over the table. And then Suntard's like, and then Princess Tard and Baby Tard get in a fight. You're not supposed to sign there. That's my corner.
And then like Princess Tard's super fast and Baby Tard's like taking her time. And so her pile gets really, really tall. And then we're all waiting for her to finish hers.
That's what we should do.
It's so funny.
We should do a live show on Blog TV of when the whole family's signing the calendars, because it's like all these hilarious, stupid little fights break out. Because Princess Tard is very particular and she signs in the bottom corner.
And she's
PT,
very good.
And Baby Tard loves her sister, so she always wants to be next to or near her sister. So she'll sign like right there, and Princess Tard like, Baby Tard, don't sign that. You have to sign up here, because Princess Tard is very like has to have everything straight. She's very organized, and Baby Tard just like.
And it's funny because Baby Tard, she started to learn how to draw hearts, so she wants to put a heart by her name, but she doesn't want to just draw the heart. She wants to fill in the heart
and color it.
So it takes.
And of course, I'm like, come on, Baby Tard, you're holding up the assembly line.
And then
her stacks like
Suntard, it's like he keeps adding stuff to his signature
every
time.
He's like drawing little things, like, and then he starts signing his name all big.
And then anyways, here.
Okay, so let's play the game. Should we play the game?
We're playing a game. We're playing the Truly Wed game.
I like this game better than Which Kid Said It. Is that bad?
No, it's not bad.
I think this game's funner for some reason.
Just because you get to learn stuff about me.
Okay, so if you don't know what the Truly Wed game is, it is a game about knowing each other. It's like, you know, this is a standard game you've seen like on the Newlywed Show or whatever. Nick has some questions that he's already come up with, and then he asks Colette and I, and it's basically a test of how much we love each other and how well we know one another.
Basically, I love him way more than he loves me.
You'll get it as we play. All right, let's go. The Truly Wed game. Here we go.
All right, Colette should start with the clipboard. We can actually just work with one clipboard if you want to do that. Dude. Oh, hey, guys.
I forgot how good these smelled. Oh, we're on the live show. We're on Nick Cam. Wave Nick.
Nick Cam.
Look how good Nick looks in a sweater. That is a nice sweater. That sweater just makes me want to hug you. I want to like cuddle with Nick. Is that weird? All right.
Come hug me, everybody.
Hey, Mr. Rogers, go ahead. Ask the first question.
Colette, are you ready for your first question?
I'm ready.
Okay. What is Colette's favorite comfort food?
Oh, that's easy.
It is?
I mean, it's gotta be chocolate. Corey Vidal! Hey, Corey. I announced the documentary on the last podcast.
But it hasn't gone up yet.
Yeah, it won't go up till Wednesday. But we're in the live show. Okay, I'm saying chocolate. What are you writing so long for? Is it?
You can't.
Wait until she writes it down.
Okay, sorry.
Down.
Is it a specific chocolate? Is it the white chocolate chip covered Oreos? Comfort food?
That's probably it. I didn't write that down though, but I'm like, yeah, you're right.
See, I guess I should have written. What did you write down?
I wrote down mint chocolate ice cream or any ice cream, really.
Mint chocolate.
That's usually
ice cream.
I like to cuddle up on the couch with like a bowl of ice cream. I haven't done that for a long time because I've been trying to be good. But
she loves anything mint, like those little Andes mints. Like after you go to a restaurant, you know, they give you those little mints.
Is it funny though that I don't love the junior mints unless they're frozen?
Really?
Then they're really good. But anyways, chocolate minty things are awesome. But I love the white chocolate covered Oreos, and I haven't found any more this holiday season.
Does anybody ever had a white chocolate covered Oreo? They're very
so
rare.
good.
Every holiday season, I try to be a good husband, and I go to like Fred Meyer, Albertsons, Shopko. I go everywhere, try to find these things, and they very rarely have them, and she loves them.
It's so funny because I was going to buy some, and I bought 2 packages. I put 4 in the cart because I was going crazy, and then I got 2 instead. I put 2 back, and now I wish I would have gotten 4 because I can't find them anymore.
Okay, next question. I'm ready.
You make some?
You can just like dip melt chocolate and make them yourself.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
It's a good time. All right, Shay, you ready for your question?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm not looking.
All right, between the two of you, who is the worst driver?
Easy.
We both know that. I am.
Who's been in the most wrecks over the last couple of years?
Hey!
Not me!
Shay's a very aggressive, assertive driver.
I am.
And I've learned to be more that way living here, but I'm typically not as aggressive.
Colette ran into the side of a UPS van a couple months ago.
The funny thing was I was totally too relaxed then. That's why I hit it.
And then she rear-ended some poor old lady a couple months ago.
Stop.
I haven't been in a wreck.
Stop telling them all my flaws.
I've been driving since I was 15. I'm knock on wood. I'm cursing myself now.
Okay, Shay flipped
Let's talk about I
that.
did roll a car 3 weeks after I got my driver's license. But listen, I was just testing my limits, baby. I want to see how good I could be. But I have not been in a wreck since I was 16. And I'm 33 almost. So that's 18 years. I've been driving for 18 years. I am basically such a good driver. The best driver on the road. I'm not sure if you guys heard that or not. Do they have like best driver stickers that I could get one of those?
Watch it,
all right,
Buster.
Okay,
Nick, I'm ready.
Next question.
Yes.
Okay. What is the first thing that Colette does when she wakes up in the morning?
Shay's never awake when I wake up in the morning.
Shut your mouth! No, I do have to give it to Colette. She's an early riser.
Hold on, what like detail? Like
just the first thing you do when you get out of bed.
I'm gonna say, think your routine. Think what you do. Okay. I'm gonna cheat by listening to how long you write. I'm gonna say she reads her scriptures.
Well, see that. How detailed are we gonna be?
We'll just show
like a little thing or a big thing.
Well, she probably pees or something. I don't know.
I get a drink of water.
Get a drink of water. That's Colette's routine. She always reads her scriptures in the morning, early, and then use that marker. I get up
before anybody. Get a drink of water, and then I read my scriptures.
I take the kids to school once a week. She usually if that, I guess. Colette is a good mom.
Let's just talk about, I'm naturally an early riser. I like to get up early. It makes me feel good. Shay likes his sleep.
I stay up
I don't
late.
mind that. That's not something that bothers me.
She goes to bed at 10, and I usually go to bed at like midnight or 1 or 2 usually.
And then I get up early.
But I go to bed a lot earlier than I used to.
Right.
It was standard a couple years ago when we were living in Idaho doing the daily vlogs. It was standard for me to go to, if I went to bed at 2 in the morning, that was early for me. I would usually roll into bed about 4 in the morning every night. But not now. I try to get in bed by midnight now.
Yeah.
It's better for you. Okay.
It's much better for you.
I missed that one.
Alrighty.
Well, you had it right. Like, technically, that's what I do. But
Well, you didn't write it down, so it doesn't count.
I didn't know how detailed we were going to be.
All right.
All right.
Okay, Nick, I'm ready.
Hi, guys. The next question is, what is Shay's biggest phobia or fear?
Oh, wow. This is an interesting one because Shay's not afraid of anything.
But there is one thing that you know that I'm like, oh.
Yes. Shay has a fear of spraining his ankle.
Yep.
Oh, did you write yet? Sorry.
I was writing.
Okay.
I went like I have like this weak ankle. I'm not sure if it's the exact same ankle, but when I played soccer when I lived in Arizona when I was a kid, I sprained my ankle and I hate it. Sometimes as I run, that's the only thing I think about. Every step, don't sprain your ankle. Don't sprain your ankle. Don't sprain your ankle.
Which means
Don't
you'll
sprain your
probably
ankle.
do
Don't
it.
sprain your ankle. I like
But he's
focus.
had his ankle sprained a few times.
Oh man.
Like the most recent was when he was, in the weight loss, the Shay loss competition.
Hold on, let me hold my ankle
He
for a
needs
minute.
to caress his
hold
ankles
my
for a
ankle.
moment, please.
Like just the moment, like, oh my gosh, it like gives me the. Have you ever been playing basketball and you come down and you land on a guy's foot and your ankle just goes like that and like pops?
Like a little
oh,
twink.
nah.
Twist
hate
it
it.
just a tiny bit.
It's the worst. And then you're laid up and you can't walk and you're immobile. It's the worst. I'm afraid of spraining my ankle.
Yep. That's probably it. He's not afraid of anything else.
It's my Achilles heel, if you will. Get it? Okay. Next one.
All right. If Colette was an insect, what insect would she be?
A cockroach.
Excuse me.
I can't see it. A butterfly.
You're so good.
Yep.
You know
She's
I
like
pretty things.
pretty and dainty with like the cute little wings. Like, oh, it's such a cute, pretty. Probably like a purple butterfly, like a little, this little butterfly. So instead, she got the tattoo of a butterfly on the small of her back.
I don't have a tattoo. Really?
Yes, I got that one.
That was pretty good.
I'm just
Nice
gonna
to
write
know.
over this one. We're wasting paper here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, next question.
I'll bring a dry erase board next time. Number 6. If Shay was a superhero, what would his superpower be?
I want to say.
He didn't write it down yet.
Wait.
Okay, sorry. I'm so excited.
I mean,
I can think of 3. I'm trying to think of which one he would write down first.
I've always hated this question because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go with this one.
I'm gonna go with. My first thought is to read minds, and my second one is to fly.
You should have went with your second thought.
Was it to fly?
Flying. I that is true though, because like any movie where somebody can read minds, I love that. Like
Yeah.
when we used to watch Heroes on NBC and that one guy's, he could like read people's minds, or anytime in a movie where it shows like a group of people and you can hear what they're thinking as it like pans across the group. I
Right.
love that because it's like, that's truth. You know what I mean? You always want to know people's real intentions,
Right.
how they really feel inside instead of what, is just coming out of their mouth. And so I think that'd be great. But I had the greatest
But it would be
flying
great to
dream
fly.
the other night. And it was like, you know how sometimes you have those flying dreams and you're like flying all night long? Oh, it was great. But I had to work at it. It was this weird thing where I had to like work with the wind. And like in some moments in the dream, I was just like, just cruising. And then all of a sudden, like there was a couple moments where like I couldn't fly anymore. And you know how you're like in the dream, you're like trying
you're
to
like
fly
slowing down.
so
And you're
hard.
like, no.
And you're like, why? I'm sinking. No, no, no. And like I ran to this apartment that I knew that was like by Venice Beach, and I jumped off the balcony with like reckless abandon. And that was like during one of my couldn't fly moments during the dream. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna die. And I was like flying towards the cement, and I was like, come on, wind. And like I just barely started to pick up, like right before I was like about to hit the cement, and I like had to put my hands on the ground like kind of hard, but I still got up. And it was like, oh, oh, I did it. And I was just like cruising. Oh, it was so great, man.
I have a question. In your dreams, when you fly, do you flap your wings?
No.
I do.
You flap?
To get up in the air first, and then I can fly. Like, I have to flap first.
I feel like I usually use like either. I've had some dreams where I just levitate, where I can just like, whoa, I'm flying.
See, I can't.
But some dreams, it's like it feels like a bird, like I'm working against the wind, and I have to hold my arms out, and I'm just like.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. The closest. I mean, I've done some crazy things. The closest, and I've said this before, hang gliding is the closest real feeling. Like, you know, when you dream that you fly, that's been the closest that felt like really flying. Like, even, you know, skydiving was a little too like, but hang gliding, it was so quiet, and you're just like, you know, like looking over. Like, if you want to feel like you're flying, go hang gliding. That was I want to do that again, Blake. We need to go back out and do that. Some hang gliding. Okay, next question.
I'm ready.
Alrighty, last one for Colette.
Oh, it is? All right.
If Colette could have unlimited access to any store, what store would she choose?
Crap. There's so many.
Just choose the one that you know I'm going to say.
Well, okay, this is the one I think you'll say.
Yep. Forever 21.
Yep.
Duh.
They're just so cheap. And when you change your... What?
Go ahead. No.
Oh. And because I changed my mind so much that maybe something will go out of style, and it was only $20, so it wasn't that big of a deal.
This episode of the podcast sponsored by Forever 21. So, real quick story. The other night, we went to the movies, and
oh my goodness,
Colette wanted to go to
Nordstrom's Rack,
and
because we got there kind of early,
and she's like, "Let's go to the Nordstrom's Rack," and I'm like, "No." Anyways, we go to walk to the movie, and there's like this police tape all over the place. And we're like, what's the deal? Like, right as we wanted to walk out to go to the movie, we couldn't. And it's like all blocked off. And there's these two like police down there, and we're like, what's up? So we had to walk all the way around.
It was so, like,
there was nobody
eerie.
there. This is Friday night, nobody there.
And we were both looking at each other like
what's going on?
that we didn't know about?
Where are everybody? So there's like stores closed, and there's like this big trailer. Like, you can tell like the police are having like a
stakeout or something.
Yeah, there was like a big trailer that said LAPD on it, like you've seen in movies, like where they have like command central with all the computers, like, and we're like, what's going on? So we go to the movie. There's nobody. There's like 3 people in the theater. We come back out.
All of us were like, what's going on?
We come back out, and then we're like trying to.
Like, as long as they're playing the movie, we're staying.
Yeah, we went and saw the movie. So then we're trying to walk out again, and there's a cops in there. I'm like, what's going on? Like, is Obama in town? What's any like? He's like, I can't tell you. And I kept like kind of like egging him on. What did you say? You said something that was funny.
I don't remember.
Anyways,
thanks for remembering that I was funny.
You were hilarious. But we went home, found out later there was a hostage situation going on.
14 people were being held hostage in the Nordstrom.
Inside the Nordstrom Rack.
But here's the thing. It wasn't going on while we were there.
It was.
No, it had happened Thursday night into Friday morning. It had ended at 3 a.m. on Friday morning. We went to the movies Friday night, but they were still there like investigating and everything.
That's probably why.
But I'm pretty sure like people had seen it on the news, so they didn't go. But we didn't watch the news. Note to self, next time watch the news.
That's why nobody
before
was there.
Going out anywhere.
Okay, next question.
So scary.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, are we still?
There's one last
We almost
question.
died, basically, you guys.
It was
You
kind
should
of crazy.
love us.
The funny thing was,
we could
though,
not be here right
I didn't
now.
hear about it until I was talking to my friend, and she was like, "Did you hear about the Nordstroms?" I'm like, "That's why." That's why nobody was there.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Alrighty.
Cool story, bro. You had to have been
the
there.
last question is, what is the exact flavor of cake you had on your wedding day?
Oh my goodness. I don't remember.
No pressure.
I want to say it was.
Well, wait. Give us like 4 options, Nick.
Well, that's something we should know, honey.
Well, I can. Okay. Just
you can't
say
give us
what
options
what
to our wedding
kind
cake.
of cake
I
it
wasn't
was.
invited because you didn't know me, so unfortunately I didn't have a piece.
Like, it could have been very specific.
I remember because I prefer the other kind, and it was not that kind. Oh, I just gave it away, kind of, huh?
Well, I don't.
It was. I don't know. What do you?
If I remember right, I think we had one tier was like a vanilla, and the other tier was a chocolate.
Really?
But I don't remember.
I said
I think
white
it was.
cake.
Yeah, I remember white cake.
So here's actually a really funny story, and Blake,
We weren't very particular on what kind of cake.
Yeah, we didn't
wanted.
care. We spent like $300 on our wedding reception. Seriously, we used like this backdrop that our sister used. We got it for free at the church, and like one of her friends from her town made the cake. We literally probably spent $300 on our wedding reception.
Yeah. Well,
We were
it was more
white
than that.
trash.
It was definitely
my
more
dad
than
was
that,
shooting
but
people with shotguns in
it
the
was like
parking lot.
2,000, I think.
For
on
our
our
wedding
wedding.
reception?
No, for like our wedding.
For like
altogether.
the dress and everything.
Like my dress was like 300, and then my mom altered it.
We literally spent $2,000 on the entire wedding.
So
everything,
we're
including our
good.
honeymoon.
We're pretty cheap.
We were broke.
But we didn't care. We got
You don't
love,
need
baby.
that's a proof. You don't need a
love.
big expensive wedding to have a good relationship. Look how good of a relationship we have.
Kate has got.
So here's the funny thing about the cake, though, is the lady who made the cake. She made it was a really cool cake actually, because it was like this lady did cake.
It was a castle.
It was a castle. The cake was a castle.
Like on Les Mis castle.
But she couldn't be there to set it up for whatever reason, and her husband came and set it up, and he put it on backwards with these like pillars that were like way high. They were like
it was supposed to be like one tier, and
like
then
one
the next
tier,
tier,
like
and the castle,
castled up.
and it was like one tier, whoop, castle.
He put like these stilts on it, so they're like these 14-inch stilts, and it was weird because like it was the base, and then there's
But it
these
was just
weird
one
stilts.
up the middle.
Oh, it was?
So
and it was
funny.
like this, like it was like waving because it was like a heavy cake, and it was like that stilt wasn't supposed to be there, and she showed up, and
we
she's
were
like,
looking at it like,
and she was like
that how it's
so
supposed to
embarrassed.
be?
She's like, oh, it's not supposed to be like that.
yeah, but we didn't know.
She didn't want to change it because like the reception had started and anything. I thought it looked cool. I think we still have a picture. We'll put a picture.
We do have a picture of it.
Blake, hit me up. I'll get you a picture. You can see that.
I remember
wedding
just
cake.
thinking like, I don't think it's supposed to look like that, but I don't care.
It was
It's
fine. And then here's a last thing about that cake. When it was, what was the stuff on the outside? It was like this plastic stuff. What's that stuff on wedding cakes?
It's like fondant. It's like edible. Fondant,
but it's like this
whatever.
plastic stuff basically that preserves the cake. So after we got married, our wedding cake, like the top of it that was still like an edible part, it sat on top of our fridge in our very first apartment for like months.
No.
Yes.
No, that part was styrofoam wrapped in fondant.
Oh, okay.
That part was styrofoam.
You couldn't
and so
eat
it
that
sat
part?
on top of our.
Because like every
You can't
time
eat that
I was
part.
like, I should eat that cake.
No.
But it was like part of our cake. Anyways, it sat on top of our fridge, and that was a good memory. Like the very first apartment that we had, I remember we paid $350 a month, all utilities included for this like 1-bedroom apartment, $350 a month with all utilities included. And when we left that apartment, we're like, what are we going to do with this cake? Like, how long are we going to drag this around in our marriage? So we went to throw it in a dumpster, and I felt so bad about throwing it in the dumpster. I was like, I can't throw it in the dumpster. So I set it up like on the corner of the dumpster so it like looked really nice. And I'm like, I'm just going to leave it there, and either somebody can come by and take it or they'll throw it away. But I didn't want to like, I couldn't get myself to throw it in the dumpster. Right. So I set it up. I wanted to honor the cake one last time. So I set it up on the corner of the dumpster. And I remember driving away in our Honda Accord. I think we're moving somewhere. We're moving to Phoenix or somewhere. And
but I remember we ended up coming back and it was gone.
Well, yeah, of course. But I remember.
But I mean,
I just remember looking at it for the last time as we drove away, thinking, "There's our wedding cake. We'll never see it again."
We came back that day and then it was gone.
Oh, was it? Maybe we did.
I don't know. Never mind. I ruined the story.
That whole thing's a lie. I just made it up so you guys will think I'm cool. All right. Thanks for joining us today on the podcast.
Thank you.
If you want a calendar, links below, rodeoarcade.com. You can get yourself one, and we will sign every single one, and the kids will sign a couple.
Yes, and leave in the comments below what you guys want to hear us talk about on the podcast. And if you're watching us, if you're just listening, we love you.
Don't forget to download the free link on iTunes below. You can listen to the podcast wherever you go. This has been episode 93 at Maker Studios, When the Kids Go to Sleep. Okay, love you. Bye. See you tomorrow or whenever we see you again.
Later.